Hi, my name's James and this is my review on the album To All Trains. This is the sixth and final studio album from minimalist noise rock trio Shellac, released on the 17th of May, just 10 days after the very tragic and sudden death of vocalist and guitarist Steve Albini. It features 10 big no-nonsense rock songs with real big riffage and that classic Steve Albini production. With a runtime of just under 29 minutes, and most of the songs featuring these almost like round robin style riffs, it's very easy to get lost in listening to this album and sort of forget how long it's been, how many times you've listened to the album back and forth in just one sitting. The production quality is exactly what you would expect coming from Steve Albini. The drums are huge, punchy, and have that classic short room reverb that's featured throughout many of his productions. The bass guitar is always heard and present, even in the moments that are a bit more noisier or fuzzed out from the guitar. And the guitar itself also delivers many different voices. Majority of the time, you're getting this sort of overdriven, clean sound, but every now and then we do get a nice fuzzed out guitar tone as well, particularly in the opening track. And the vocals, they are mostly pretty dry, compressed really well, so they're always present and heard. But there are moments like in Scabby the Rat and Scrappers where we hear that same short room reverb being used on the vocals as well, which is really nice in these songs where it kind of adds a little bit of a point of difference and something new to the vocal tracks. And sticking true to their noise rock labeling, the instrumentation almost brings a voice of their own to each of the tracks that isn't very typical of your regular sort of punk, grunge or rock band, with the guitar riffs almost taking on a kind of lead vocal role in many of the songs. And the drums and bass either bringing this very consistent foundation for the guitar and vocals to riff off of, like in the song Tattoos, or add their own story to the mix, like the drums in the song Wednesday, or the bass guitar in the song WSOD. The vocal performances kind of continue on that same sort of quirkiness that we get from the riffs, and also fit the lyrical content really well. And as for the lyrical themes, they seem to provide a pretty direct insight into the minds and everyday Monday experiences of the band. From inside jokes about the people who attend poker tournaments in the song WSOD, to comments on what seems like a PTSD suffering war veteran in the song Wednesday, to inflatable hardware store mascots in the song Scabby the Rat. The songwriting overall consists of this very guitar riff forward style, exactly how it should be for a noise rock band, with an emphasis on creating songs that deliver more of a vibe or an emotion rather than your run-of-the-mill song structure of verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, which I think is further represented with the runtime of many of the songs being under 2 minutes long. Some standout tracks for me are definitely I Don't Fear Hell, Tattoos, and Wednesday. With the song I Don't Fear Hell, although I don't necessarily think that Albini was being literal in the lyrics, but due to the unfortunate sudden passing of Albini, this one just really hits differently and has that spookiness to it, which I really enjoyed. For the song Tattoos, we get a riff that moves between 6/8 and 5/4, but it doesn't really feel like that. It's so effortless. And then once the song opens up to that big heavy chorus section, we get these really interesting guitar chords and then a fun little solo that was very unexpected. And then on the song Wednesday, which definitely to me stands apart from the rest of the herd due to its very dark subject matter and the use of this storytelling lyrical style that gives us this insight into Albini's upfront, direct, and somewhat dark opinions on the treatment of war veterans and the conflicts of war in general. Now, comparing this album to some of Shellac's previous works, I haven't quite delved too deep into the entire Shellac discography. However, their album Dude Perfect, released back in 2014, I really enjoyed. And I think this latest release is a really great addition to the entire Shellac discography. Particularly when comparing it to Dude Perfect, I think this album to me really feels like a bit of a continuation from that. However, there are moments that are a bit more serious, a bit more matured. There's also moments in the production which I think follows that same sort of path. There's some moments, just a bit more well-rounded and overall consistent, even though, this album itself wasn't recorded in the one session. It was recorded over many years. So that is also a very impressive feat in of itself. So I'm going to rate this album a very decent 8 out of 10. But what are your guys' thoughts on To All Trains by Shellac? And what should I review next? Let me know in the comments down below. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, check out one of these other videos appearing before me, and you'll catch me in the next one.